The Irish steamroll the Razorbacks in Fayetteville, putting the final nail in the coffin for Sam Pittman's future at Arkansas.
By Samarza, inside the 20, inside the 10, he's going in! Notre Dame has scored!
Go, 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 go! You will be that driving force to motivate those coaches and those players to beat Southern Cal!
Notre Dame is relevant again.
The 20, the 10, 5-5 rocket touchdown!
Notre Dame is number one!
It's a game of who's going to flinch first. We know that isn't going to be Notre Dame.
Hello again, everybody. Landon Trailer along with Dylan Kearns. Logan Trailer here with us. Might have John Richards, might not. We'll find out here soon. Well, Notre Dame roasts the Hogs, and once again, the offense shines, Logan.
Yeah, an unbelievable football weekend. First off, obviously our game, but great NFL games, great college games. But yeah, I mean, Saturday we know what we have offensively. Obviously, I don't think any of us expected it to be at the level it is right now. It's refreshing to see. Like, I remember, like, throughout the last 2 to 3 years, like, we've always complained about our wide receiving core. Our O-line's been hit or miss at times, and it still needs to be consistent this year. But everything clicked Saturday.
For sure.
And it was just exciting to see, Jeremiah Love and Price. I mean, those two, are obviously the guys that make us go. But, CJ Carr is unbelievable. And, credit to our O-line for giving him a ton of time early in that game when it mattered. I know our O-line kind of relaxed in the second half, but at the end of the day, man, you're up 42-13 on the road against an SEC opponent. To come out the way you did was very good to see.
Absolutely. I mean, outside of Vanderbilt, I cannot remember a time an SEC opponent at home got booed off their own field and people left. I mean, that is unheard of in the SEC. I mean, that's something that I personally have never seen in my life, for an SEC team to get booed off their own home field against a non-conference opponent. So, Dylan, no punts in the last 2 games. James Rendell just sitting on the sidelines drinking a Jameson and Coke at this point. I mean, nothing really for him to do besides be there for moral support in the last 2 games.
Yeah, anytime you don't need a punter, that's a good sign. Like, it's nice to have a punter, but it's like that rule in football if you're in the NFL. It's like, I'd like to not know the punter's name. You want to forget about him. So that's what they've done the last 2 weeks. Like, this offense truly, and Logan hit the nail on the head with CJ Carr, man. How about this kid? Freshman quarterback. I mean, I know he's there last year, but get a freshman tag, over 350 yards, 4 scores. Like, the kid's lights out. He's battle tested. He's had a week 1 game on the road, of course, again, Miami, tough environment, played well against A&M. Now he's playing his cupcakes, and he's really looking like one of the nation's best quarterback. I mean, holy crap. Going into an SEC environment on Saturday, putting up those numbers, the running game complements it. That was our most complimentary football game in terms of offense. Like, they ran the ball almost same amount as they threw the ball, which you'd like to see balance. You don't want to be too run heavy or too pass heavy, which I think that was something that they've struggled with early on in the year, was finding that balance. But it seemed like it all came together against Arkansas. You got down 3-0 and you're thinking, here we go again, another shootout. They missed a couple chances. It could have been 7. And you're like, what are we about to watch? And then they just put the fist right on mouth right there the rest of the game.
Right. They got down and they responded, as do Marcus Freeman teams. They tend to respond very well to adversity, if you will. Man, didn't really need James Rendell even in the Texas A&M game, quite frankly, because we were scoring so many damn points. Listen, 4 touchdowns for Jeremiah Love in the first half. In the first half, Love had 4 touchdowns. He had more receiving yards than rushing yards in the ball game, which I personally love to see him get involved in the pass game more. That pass back that Carr did to Love was freaking amazing. But Logan, back to CJ Carr, he was 22 of 30, 354 yards, obviously the 4 touchdowns. For this true redshirt freshman to play the first 4 games that he has had to play, he has been an absolute stud. I can't remember seeing a guy this good in the first 4 games as a Notre Dame quarterback with these 4 opponents.
Yeah. And, a testament to CJ, but also I was thinking Saturday after the game, it's just like how Kenny Minchie must have had to been really, really good in the offseason, or CJ wasn't what they expected to, because it's just like, holy cow, man. But from the coaching perspective, for me, you gotta credit Denbrock, and I think what he's been able to do with CJ and with this offense is unbelievable. I think it's not more. He's not more or less just calling plays to one call plays, or to stay in what we want to stay in a conservative standpoint. But it's having confidence in guys. Having confidence in CJ to throw it downfield. Even he missed a couple throws this past weekend, and for Mike to continue to let him kind of let loose and fire him, that means a lot, especially a young freshman quarterback on the road. I think that there's a certain confidence in CJ that Notre Dame hasn't seen or been able to really experience that level of confidence.
Right.
Guys, I'm not jumping the wagon here, but the kid the kid is special, and it'll be super exciting to see what his future looks like as a Notre Dame quarterback.
He's no Dame
for sure. No Dane Christ. Yeah. There's no leash on this kid. In the first game, we saw a little bit of a leash, and that's what I think one of the reasons we lost at Miami. We could not allow CJ to do what he wanted to do, but that's neither here nor there, folks. Listen, I love Jeremiah Love, but Jadarian Price is special as well. I think he's underlooked, undervalued, if you will, by the country, because he's in Love's shadow, if you will. But Dylan, the speed of Jadarian Price, just the outright speed, is unreal.
I've never seen, and there have been a lot of Notre Dame running backs, even in our lifetime. This 1-2 punch is as dynamic as anything we've ever seen. Like going back to Sierra Wood, Theo Riddick, like going back to, these dynamic backs that they've had. I mean, Jadarian Price, I've said it since they played that game against Miami. He had 2 big runs where I'm like, everyone was talking about feed Love, but Price looked like the better running back in that game for a couple drives. And not saying that you got to ride one or ride the other or just keep it 50-50, but when Jadarian Price is going, you got to keep giving him the ball, whether it's end around, screens, something. That speed plays. It's unbelievable. He can score when he touches it.
Yeah, I love.
But hell, so can Love. So it's really a cool situation to have. But I think Price, it's not just like one and like A and B. They are legit right there with each other. As good as Love is, and they wanted to give him the Heisman and all this stuff, Jadarian Price is right there with him. If not, I'm not going to go to say he's better, but he's right freaking there.
Absolutely. And, before we get JR on here, I love hitting Price in stride, too. If he's on the move and Carr can hit him while he's running, there's no stopping him. We saw it on the touchdown before the half. He hit him in stride, and he was gone. There is no stopping him. JR, welcome to the show. Hopefully you're traveling well here.
Hi, guys. Good to see you.
Yes.
I'm in the stick, so if I lose you, I'll jump back in.
All right. Well, just give your thoughts here.
I didn't have a chance to see a lot of the game. I was at my son's baseball game. Did listen to a lot of it. I can't say I'm entirely shocked by the results, guys. I did a little bit by the score, obviously, and how the defense performed. But all in all, I really did pick up on something at the end of that Purdue game. I thought the defense found a little something there, and it seemed to carry over into the Arkansas game. Yeah, it was a little ugly early, and it sounded like we still gave up a couple of big plays, but not quite as many. And maybe we found a few things. I don't know. Arkansas is really bad though too. I mean, they're we've seen what's happened to them. See you, Sam.
Yeah. Smell you later. Yeah. Listen, Arkansas is a mess of their own. They got their own problems, but that's not, I don't think it should take away from what we were able to do. I mean, we dismantled them. I mean, they were absolutely dismantled. And I think that's a great feeling as a coach. If I'm a coach and see that squad just falling apart on the other sideline, Logan, I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome to see you dismantle a team like that.
Yeah. And, a credit to JR's because I agree with that point. Is it perfect? No, but it's gotten better each week.
Yes, exactly.
And you got a lot of young guys play. I thought Tay Johnson probably had his best game of the year that Saturday.
Oh yeah,
a lot of guys that are out there. It's good to see Bryce Young healthy and get some good snaps. So I mean, it's a work in progress. Now their challenges, the Arkansas's offense was really good. Like they're 4 points all year, but can Notre Dame's defense carry this in to another team who has the ability to score a ton of points next week? Can you keep building and continuing to get better week after week? That'll be the key.
And that'll be the challenge for sure. I mean, they had its holes in the first drive. Guy was wide open across the middle of the field, and then on their only touchdown drive of the game, they marched it down the field. Once again, we talked about it against A&M. Every touchdown drive that we gave up was a long field, 75 plus yards. So overall, I thought obviously the defense has improved. Dylan, not saying much because it was so bad though the first 2 games of the season.
Right. Like you get gashed early on, but JR did bring up a point last week where I was just dogging this defense, as we all were for most of the whole every
rightfully
episode.
So.
Right. They deserved it. Like you can't just give up 30 to Purdue and lose a game to A&M because you can't get a stop at all. But JR mentioned like they did get that towards the end of that game, fourth quarter, when Freeman got pissed during the rain delay. That's really what kind of set them up. Like he was pissed, something was said, something was fixed, and they found a way to make it better. I mean, I was impressed. And how about the defense? 3 sacks. I know it's not much compared to last year, but it's a building block. Right. Like, we got to get home at some point. So shout out to Booby, shout out to my Hilton Head boy, Jalen Sneed, and shout out to the 16th year senior, Jordan Botello. How about them?
Yeah, it was good to see Botello get in there. And so it was so good to see Boubacar Traore get in there as well. Haven't heard his name called in quite some time. Now, 3 sacks. You stole it. That I actually highlighted it. That was one of my notes here. 3 sacks. We have 3 sacks leading into this game. We had 3 sacks in one game. So that was so good to see us finally pressure a damn quarterback, especially a running quarterback. I mean, I think Taylor Green is better than Texas A&M's quarterback, and to see what we did to him. So it is so good, JR, to finally see us put together a full 60-minute game. I mean, that was a full ass beating for 60 minutes, just straight up belt to ass, finally.
Yeah, I think what's important here is that it reaffirms the belief in what they're doing. It's a tough start, obviously, to begin the year. But the building blocks are there. The talent level is there. Yeah, we're a little young. We need to get more back. But for 60 minutes to go out there and take care of, there are people that were saying they're 2 plays away from being in the top 10. They fumbled late going into score against Memphis. They did it again, somebody else, right? So they're just 2 plays away from being 4-0. We went in there and we stomped them out. Their fans were gone by half. Their coach got fired. We're still alive. There's still a lot to play for. We got Little Boy Blue coming in. We're a 16-point favorite, and that's kind of how it's going to have to look every week from here on out to gain the public's trust back that we do belong in the playoffs if we win out.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, last year, I hate to compare the teams because they are 2 different teams than last year, clearly. But last year, you lose to Northern Illinois, you come back and you beat the hell out of every single opponent that you played. We had one close game, and it was USC, and that ended up being 14 points. So going to have to take care of business from here on out. I heard Dave Pasch talking about it on the pregame show there at noon. Arkansas was literally 2 plays away. They fumbled the ball against Ole Miss. They fumbled the ball against
That's
Memphis
it.
on game winning drives. So they were 2 plays away from being 4-0. We are 2 stops away from being 4-0. And quite frankly, the way things have played out, number 2 in the country. You
That
beat
game was
A&M.
at Ole Miss, right?
Yes, it was at Ole Miss. 2
Yeah.
roadies.
See, look what they did. They just beat LSU at home. They're going to be a top 5 team now, probably.
Absolutely. And that's our bridge here. Speaking of, to the week 5 recap in college football. We'll start off on the Friday night. Go ahead, Logan.
Did you see Petrino this morning decked the DC, the D-line coach, and the co-DC? Got rid of 3 guys this morning. Shoot.
He'll be the next coach. They're going to rehire him. Yeah, hopefully he keeps his motorcycle away this time.
Game.
What'd you say?
They might not win another game.
I mean, their schedule.
Brutal.
Even Mississippi State, that was supposed to be a win. Now that don't look like a win. Good Lord. Feel bad for them. Hey, I know we got some Arkansas fans in our comments last week praying for your guys' health. At least you got Cal for basketball. So best of luck to you guys. Anyway, week 5 will start on Friday night. Virginia upsets Florida State. That was a rocket atmosphere. That was lovely to see. Love that. Students on the hill, but that was a hell of a ball game. Arizona State knocks off unbeaten TCU. Georgia Tech, man, they survive in overtime at Wake Forest. Time to put some respect on Wake Forest. Brand new coach. He's revamping the culture. It's all about the culture, and he's starting to revamp it there in Wake Forest. Illinois chokes at home against USC. However, they pull it out and win it on a game-winning field goal. I will say before I continue, our schedule took a shit this week. NC State lost to winless Virginia Tech. Pitt blew a lead. Boise State beat somebody. Who cares? But our schedule took a shit this week. Not looking good for our case. IU survives against Io. That was a weird game. JR, I know you're the IU guy here. That was a weird game. Hoosiers looked off.
Well, Iowa did what they had to do. They mucked it up. They kept themselves in it late. And give credit to Sig. He went to his playmakers there at the very end. They made the play and got out of there with a W. They move on.
Yeah, little Fugazi maybe. Ohio State struggles offensively versus UW. Dylan, you're the Ohio guy here. What's going on with that offense? That is not what I have seen in the first 3 weeks of the season. I thought it was better even against Texas.
Not much, really. I mean, if you think about it, they got stuffed on the 2 or stuffed on the. Like, obviously, those are little things, but you get that first down, you score again. They had a fumble punt. Like, there were opportunities that game could have been a lot uglier than it was, and it was still a blowout. That was a head nod all the way.
6.5 or 6. It was 6-3 at one point. It was a close game until the fourth quarter. Big DK. Speaking of BK, Ole Miss handles LSU, and BK loses another big one in the SEC. Fans in Baton Rouge are pissed. They are pissed, dude. Where's the
Higgs?
Yeah, big play. I was reading the comments after that game. Where's the accountability? He needs to go. Throwing his players under the bus. Told you. A&M wins a slugfest against Auburn. I guess that's a plus for our schedule there. Louisville comes back down 20-0 and beats Pitt 34-27. He had Pittsburgh players beating up the ball boy for Louisville. Literally, they got in a fist fight on the sidelines after an interception.
Better than that.
Eat shit, Pitt. Oregon blows a 17-3 fourth quarter lead. However, they win at 30-24 at Penn State in the whiteout. That is a fireable offense for our boy, James Franklin.
Nice pick, Aller. Look familiar?
Yeah, it did. Drew Aller. Alabama knocks off Georgia in Athens. Tennessee survives at Mississippi State. And BYU struggles at Colorado. Logan mentioned it in the beginning of the show. It was a phenomenal week of college football. Week 6 is shaping up to be a good one, too. We are back on Wednesday to preview the Boise State Broncos, or as JR likes to call them, Little Boy Blue. It's the Irish wear green game. Hopefully If you're attending the game on Wednesday, y'all be in green. We'll all be in green on Wednesday. With that being said, see you then. Go Irish.